Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. This is layout 3 that I am making from Redefined Kreative and the Secret Not Secret Kit Club's mini collection. This is the Gingham Gardens from My Mind's Eye that Christina has sent me. I am guest designing for her this month using this little mini kit, and I really wanted to get this scrap of this awesome gingham. I can't quite figure out if it's green or gray, but it's pretty. And I had this huge scrap left over from a previous page, so I really wanted to get that on another page. I decided to pull in this really pretty yellow and white floral, and then use this gingham scrap as a big horizontal piece across the page. So that's going to be the base for this design. There's not a challenge for this one. I just really wanted to play with more of these pretty products. You can see I'm using a scrap piece of black paper as a template for me to glue all of this together. I could have made my life a lot easier and just glued this gingham straight onto the 12 by 12 of that floral, but being the paper hoarder I am, I needed to save a piece of that yellow floral for a future layout, so I'm piecing these bits all together by using that black piece as a template. So now that that's all glued together, I can get going with my page design. I have two photos here for Bennett's baby album. This was when my sister Becca, who's his mommy, took him to the Civil War and Locomotive History Museum, which is really close to where we live in Kennesaw. And it's just him playing in the kid room with some of the toy trains that they have. So I really wanted to get this one scrapped. Again, I have some scrap pieces from previous pages. There's that two pieces that I trimmed off from the really pretty text pattern paper from a previous page. I don't think you would have seen that page yet. I think that's the page that's coming up on the 19th for a hop. But I wanted to make sure to get those little bits on a page too. So I just used those as borders for the top and bottom of the gingham, and that's going to create the base for this page. I had a two 4x6s in different orientations, and I decided to trim down the landscape one into a square and then create a little grid here using one of the postcards that Christina had included in this collection. I really thought this tan postcard was really nice, and it already had some journaling on it. I decided to just go over the journaling with Sharpie to drag the lines out a little more, and that's just going to be my journaling spot, which makes it super easy. I'm just going to use the bottom part where the lines are for the journaling and then cut the top part for a different part of the page. So I like that that's going to be used in two separate ways. I'm definitely glad I'm using one of these postcards for journaling too, because that's what I thought I would use them for when I first opened this kit and saw those. So I'm glad I'm using them for that purpose. So that's going to create my little grid there. I'll end up matting all of that together. But for right now, I'm just trying to match everything up so everything's squared off and it creates a nice corner. And then you can see that piece that I cut off and set to the side that'll come in later. And I like that I'm pulling that piece in too. That way it doesn't look like this tan is just out of nowhere and there's nothing on the page that coordinates with that. By pulling the top part of that postcard in over there where I just placed it, that bounces across the page and makes it feel like it belongs. So I really like how that's coming up from this gingham. That's going to create another little layery detail and drag the design upwards. I decided I would just mat this whole little grid in a piece of vellum. I've really enjoyed pulling in vellum with this collection. Christina included these really sweet little vellum envelopes in with this kit. You can see one of those there at the top of the screen, and I want to get one of those on the page as well. So I've been really liking the addition of pulling in extra vellum to coordinate with those little envelopes. So it's just a soft little detail, and I like that because it didn't cover up more of that gingham because it's translucent and you can see through it, but it is just a soft little layer to separate those photos from the rest of the pattern paper. So I like that, and that's where my design is going to go from here. I'm going to go ahead and glue all of this down. I still have some stickers on the sticker sheet I want to get on here. I definitely still need a title, and I need to do my journaling, so I still got a little bit of ways to go, but I like how the design's coming so far. It fell together really easily with having the scrap of this gingham and this really pretty floral, so I'm just trying to let that guide me. With having this little postcard piece and these little decorative stamp stickers, I thought it would be really sweet to add one of those little stamps onto the postcard. So I just picked the one that coordinated best with the colors I was already using. I think that's such a cute little detail. mail that she gave you these postcards and envelopes and stamps. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and use all of that. Here's that little vellum envelope. I had one little scrap left of this gingham that fit in that envelope perfectly. I did not plan that at all, but I thought it'd be a really nice way to use the rest of that gingham and pull that pattern into a different part of the page. I thought about doing maybe some hidden journaling or something on it, but I'm going to do my written journaling on that postcard. So I'm going to just have that little vellum envelope with that scrap piece of paper and leave it blank like that. If my sister chooses, when I give this baby album to her for Bennett, she can add extra journaling if she wants to, or if she has tickets from this museum, she can fold them up and put them in the envelope. She can do whatever she wants. For me, I'm just going to use that little envelope with that extra pattern paper as a decorative element, and she can kind of do with that what she wants. But I'm pulling in the sticker sheet that comes with the Gingham Gardens little project pad. Using another one of those cute little tags, I'm just going to thread some plain white twine through that and make a little cluster next to the photo. I just wanted a little something of interest down there since I have the postcard and everything on the top part of the page. So I'm just creating a little cluster there with a frame and that little tag. And then what do I do next? I think I pull a doily in as well into that cluster, but I don't know if I do that just yet. It just felt a little plain having that tag off to the side without anything else. So I wanted something to anchor that tag and that little cluster to the photos. So I had this scrap of a doily. So I just tucked that behind there as well. And I love doing that. Just if you feel like your clusters are a little bit detached from your photos, I just feel like adding something big like that behind it to kind of make it all cohesive. I feel like that works really well. And then there's a few little florally bits on the sticker sheet as well. So I figured I might as well use them on this page. So I'm tucking those into a few different areas just for a little bit of interest. And then, do I do the vellum envelope? Yeah, I can't remember. I really wanted to get as much of the sticker sheet as I could on. I'm planning on getting one more page out of this collection other than the one you guys haven't seen yet that I've already made. But I do want to use what I can of the sticker sheet up while I'm making pages with it. So I had this cute little Making Memories Every Day sticker that was on there. I'm going to pop that up on some foam and put that in the gap area underneath where those journaling lines are. There was that last gap that was just really, it was slightly bigger than the rest of my lines and kind of was looking a little awkward. So I just filled in that space with that sticker. So I think that looks really cute too. And now I'm trying to figure out what I do next. Have my envelope out. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling. I'll read this for you really quick. It just says, playing with trains at the Civil War and Locomotive History Museum. Mommy and you met up with some friends to play, and this was your favorite part. So she just met up with another one of her friends that has a little one, and they got to play at this little train museum. So I thought it was really sweet. And it was really funny, actually, because Bennett is really good at cleaning up after himself. Like, his favorite part of playing is, like, putting the toys away. So he would be taking all the little cars and trains from the other kids and putting them away while they were trying to play with them. It was hysterical. I wish I had seen there, but just what my sister had said, I was like, I can totally picture him doing that, because we'll be playing with his blocks or whatever, and I'll be trying to build something cool for him. He loves when I build stuff and he like knocks it down. But yeah, it's so funny because I'll be trying to build something for him and he'll take them from me and start putting them away. I'm like, the point of your toys is to play with them, you weirdo. But I love him so much. It's just so funny how he thinks. But there you can see that little envelope I decided to pop on there. There was a little yellow floral sticker that matched this background paper on that sticker sheet. So I decided to pop that over the envelope just to keep that envelope closed. And then you saw that there's already adhesive on the envelope, which makes putting it down super easy. So now I want to go ahead and do the title. I thought I would just call it Choo Choo because I think that's a really cute train-themed title. So that's what I'm going to start with. But once I put it down, because these letters are smaller, I thought it would be really cool to create a visual triangle by having 3 separate titles. Not really titles, I guess, but words. So this Choo Choo is going to be one of them. I'm going to go and add another title on top of the vellum envelope and one down at the bottom of the page underneath that tag. And I thought that was a really cool way to spread that texture and those words across the page by having 3 different things. So I have the choo choo, I'm adding trains up here at the top, and I'm just gonna add love underneath the tag. And I think it's really cool to use the thickers that way. There's such a good size, and there's so many that comes on here. It really gives you a chance to really get a lot on a page. So I really enjoyed that. So I don't even know what this page is titled. There's 3 different titles on there, but I think that's really cool. And then I'm back with these cool little water droplet embellishments that I also bought from Redefined Kreative. That she sent me along with this collection that I've been loving to pulling in. So I'm just going to add 2 of those into 3 different spots next to the titles just to draw your eye there and just to add a little bit of bling. But I think those are so cool too. They're just little plastic beads, but they look like water droplets, and I just think those are so much fun. So I'm going to go ahead and use some clear glue to glue all of those down, and I think we're almost done after this. I just need to get all of those placed. So I thought about using 3, but for whatever reason 2 just looked better to me in this case, so there's just 2 with each of those titles. But I think we're done after this. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this is the Gingham Gardens mini kit from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and I will leave all that information in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.